Hey guys, and so I'm gonna start off my 15-week pregnancy vlog by saying that my 3-year-old is running about, and it is not a question of if, it is a question of when she will come running in here and want to share in this vlog. So I have some toys next to me in case that happens. So first off, hello! I didn't think I'd ever be doing these vlogs again, so that's pretty exciting. I am 15 weeks pregnant now. I don't have... Okay, my due date is, original due date was in August, and then we moved it got moved, not me. It got moved to September 12th and September 13th and then back to September 12th, except it still says September 13th on my paperwork. Some of my paperwork, some of it says September 12th. It's very confused, I don't know. So I've just been going with September 13th. I've been going with the date farthest out because that way, if I had to have a hospital birth, they like, hospitals are known, sometimes doctors are known to be okay with rushing you when you get towards the end. So I'd rather be as, like, them not think I'm as far as long as possible. But yeah, 15 weeks pregnant, woo! So I am, you know, as of a week ago, I was in the 2nd trimester. In 1 more week, I'll be 4 months pregnant, which is amazing. Obviously, because we didn't really share the news with anyone until I was around 12 weeks. This is gonna feel like a lot faster of a pregnancy. I have a few update things to say, but I'll get the symptoms out of the way first for those of you watching for that. But my symptoms over the past week, because now, yes, we're gonna start the pregnancy, like the actual weekly updates, have been almost nothing. I am in the honeymoon period, that as they refer to it in pregnancy. It is when you're past the 1st trimester, you're past a lot of the morning sickness and crazy fatigue and all of that, but it is before you get like so big and you start to swell and you're just like really tired. So you're kind of in this like period where you're pretty pregnant, you look pregnant, so you get to enjoy that. You're getting a belly, but you don't feel as sick, but you're not so big that you feel like crazy. And that is me right now. So I think 1 symptom or 2 symptoms I could think of. One, I get hungry. Like if I get hungry, I'm like so hungry. But otherwise I'm fine. As long as I'm not hungry, I'm good. But like in the mornings, even if I had a big meal the night before, whereas like normally if I had a big meal the night before, I might wake up the next day and still not be hungry, but that's not the case now. I just all of a sudden, like, I will wake up and my stomach's like growling and I'm like, feed me, like I'm hungry. And then other than that, the other thing is just I am having some round ligament pain, which is normal when you're pregnant. That when your body is pregnant, it releases a chemical, like a hormone that actually helps like relaxin. No joke, that's what it's called. It helps your ligaments to loosen so that they can stretch so that your belly can grow and you can make room for your baby. It's pretty amazing that our bodies can do that, but the bad part about that is that it can't, like, say just make the ligaments in your tummy do that. It's your whole body, and that's why it's common for pregnant women their feet to grow and for you to get sore in other places, like really sore feet and, you know, all kinds of things. But I just noticed I'm definitely like, I'm at the point now where the babies, they start to grow, they start to put on weight, and so it's really common to be hungry, and it is common to feel round ligament pain because your belly's gonna start growing faster to accommodate the baby that's also fattening up, which is amazing. So I have just noticed twinges in my abdomen, and especially if I move kind of quickly, if I stand up, I'll feel like it's like a pulling feeling, like it feels like a muscle's being pulled. It just kind of hurts, but it's not a big deal. So I've had that. Oh, you know what? I thought of one more symptom. If I'm like bent over, I get a little dizzy, which is also common. So I'm just like careful about, like, you know, when you're a mom, you bend over, a parent of any kind, you bend over a lot. Like, you don't realize it, but you do. Like, I'm constantly like leaning over a table of Legos, or like bending over to pull up pants, or bending over to give kisses, or to put a band-aid on a scraped knee. And like, I never thought about how much you're like not standing upright, but I do get a little dizzy. Like, I'm like, whoa. So nothing intense, just a little bit. That's it. That's my only symptoms. And so besides that, emotionally, I am doing so amazing. I'm so happy now. So even as recent as like 2 weeks ago, I was still feeling some anxiety about having 4. That is just gone. I don't know where it went, but it's gone. Like, I'm just, it's gone. I just don't really care. Like, I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, I just really feel like it's gonna be fine. Like, I'm just not worried about the 4 aspect at all. And by this point, you guys should know I'm gonna be honest with you if I was worried about it. So I am sure at some point I will be like, but I'm just not worried about it. What I'm anticipating after having the baby is that there will be some stressful moments directly related to the baby because it's a baby. They, you know, you get up during the night. I nurse my children, so they do, you know, I do that's some frequent night waking that's kind of on me. And so I'm anticipating those moments are going to be stressful, but that has more to do with just having a new baby and not to do with having 4 children. And I know it's going to be chaotic, but to be honest, things are already kind of chaotic, so it's just going to be kind of like it is now. And once we get past the baby stage, like, I won't have some of that baby chaos that can happen whether you have 1 child or 22, and you know, and then the toddler stage, and I'm just not worried about it because, okay, for me, once my kids get to be about 3, like, it's so much smoother sailing in my mind. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, even Audrey has been my craziest kid, but seriously, since she turned 3, she has been on an upward slope of awesome. And it's been rocky. It hasn't been a smooth slope. I mean, it's kind of like wiggly, where sometimes she goes back down to being like, oh my gosh. But in general, just like boop. And then over the last couple of months in particular, the kid is delightful, y'all. Like, delightful. I mean, she's just a joy. And anything she does that's not perfect is totally typical 3-year-old stuff. We don't really have any of the crazy that I used to think she kind of had. Like this crazy aspect. I mean, she still has her quirks, but all my kids do. Lord knows I do too, and I don't think that that's necessarily any different than anything else. But she's not excessively wild. She can be really sweet. She goes to bed for us easy. She gets a little grumpy and fussy if she's tired, but that's really when she's at her worst. So all of that being said, it's just like, even my child that was kind of my most difficult, once she turned 3, just, I don't want to say it's smooth sailing, but it was just much better. And I know it's not like that in all families, but it's been like that in ours, thankfully. And so I feel like that's the sweet spot. That's the spot I kind of like look forward to in terms of getting more of like my time back once they hit 3. I just feel like once they hit 3, I am able to also cut the cord a little bit, so to speak, and like let them out so that it's like I just like, at that point, I take off some of that internal pressure that I put on myself with raising a young toddler and a baby. I let go of that, you know? It's not really on the children, like it's on me. So that's what I'm just kind of anticipating, is that it's gonna be crazy and there's gonna be hectic moments, but honestly, like, having a baby is hectic by itself, and so it's just gonna be dealing with that. I've dealt with that 3 times. We'll do it again, it'll be great. So yeah, so that's pretty awesome. I'm just feeling, it's just all of that anxiety and all of this whatever, it's just gone away. This little one is definitely affecting our life plans. As a lot of you know who've been with us, we have been, for a couple of years now, have been going back and forth about getting a new home and when we were going to do that. We knew we were going to, we just didn't know when. And since we're moving because we want to, we're just basically like upgrading, we've never been in a hurry. So during the fall, we became more serious and we set a timeline for ourselves. And this is way before we were pregnant. You know, so we kind of were like, let's get more serious about it. How about after Christmas, we're gonna just really start actually figuring things out. And actually before Christmas, we did a lot of research and narrowed down our choices. And then we were like going, you know, we were ready to just kind of go hit the pavement and really go and talk to actual agents and talk to new builders and do all of that kind of stuff. And then we found out we were expecting. And so we had already found, and we had narrowed down house plans, we had narrowed down our kind of our top choice neighborhood, we had narrowed down all these things. Well, that changed things a little bit. You know, it just like raised all these questions, and it kind of made some of the plans that had seemed perfect, we weren't sure if they were perfect anymore. But it's all working out, and I will do an actual, probably Kyle and I both will do an actual home update where I give you guys a little bit more details, but I wanted to kind of at least get a little bit into that. But basically, to sum it up, is that, you know, we kind of have a plan now, a new plan, and we have things seem to be falling, the preliminary things seem to be falling into place. And so now we're kind of, I've got this next thing going on where I've got the baby coming, but now I'm also kind of trying to speed up some of the house stuff. So I'm just thinking it's going to be a whirlwind of the next year. I'm talking beyond having the baby. Like, the next year is going to be crazy, I feel, but good crazy. Like, I'm really excited about it, and I'm feeling, I don't know. So over the weekend, I got really like nesty, like I was nesting, but obviously I'm really early, you know. Most of the time you start nesting towards the end of your pregnancy. I think that I'm nesting because of the home situation. I don't think it has to do with necessarily the baby. I mean, the baby's a component to that, but it was really weird. I had this burst of energy. I've got it right now, if you can't tell by the speed at which I am talking. But like, I was like, we must do everything. Let's fix it all. Like, you know, just to get the house ready and whatever. But I like it when I get like this because I'm very productive. And other news, so I have like nothing for the baby. We got rid of everything because I was done. So no high chairs, no beds, no clothes, no little baby bathtubs. I mean, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. I'm starting over. I don't have car seat, nothing. Like, so, but that's okay. So I think normally by the time you get to your like multiple levels of children, you don't really need a shower because you don't, you know, you're like, I got stuff, yay. And so a lot of times people just throw you like a sprinkle. Or like, my family's always thrown me a shower because like we all believe in just like celebrating each baby. But I didn't necessarily like need a lot. You know, I'd even tell people, don't worry. You can buy the kid a cute outfit and call it a day. Like, you know, but this time I was like, oh no. And so it was funny. I never said a word, and on their own, my sister-in-law and my best friend and one of my other friends, they were like, we want to throw you a shower. And then another one of my friends was like, I want to throw you a sprinkle at least, which is like a mini shower. And it was just really nice. Like, they just all knew. So I thought that was really cute, and they're all really into it. Like, they have group text going on and like spreadsheets and all kinds of stuff. Like, they're really like taking this very seriously, and it's awesome. It's so fun. Oh, and I forgot the biggest news. If you haven't watched the gender reveal, what the heck, it was posted yesterday. Go watch the gender reveal because I'm about to say the gender. So you just click the little button. You can go watch it. It'll pop up in a new window, and then come back to this video. So we're having a girl. Yes, I am so excited. So I kind of wanted a boy just to make it even for Grayson. But like, I just have a place in my heart for girl babies. I've had 2 girl babies. I had a sister. I don't know. I just like have it in my heart. Obviously, this was what I was meant to have, was my 3 little girls and then my sweet little boy. So I'm over the moon. Like, I cannot even tell you guys. I'm like on cloud 9 about this. And Grayson was so sad. And now all of a sudden he's like not sad at all. He's like, oh, it's cool. Like, he came around, I think he finally realized, it clicked in his little mind, because we kept telling him, buddy, you're the special one. You're the only boy. Like, that gives you like this like special thing. You know, we wanted him to know that like, you know, he was important, he matters, and like, that's special. And I think he finally like grasped that. I think he was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna go hang out with grandpa and grandpa, like both grandpas. I'm gonna hang out with dad. Like, I think he just was like, this is kind of cool. So now he's just like talks about the baby so lovingly, and he'll like just, and it's so casual with him. Like, to him, the baby has just always been there, and she's coming, and it is just a natural part of our family. Like, it's so sweet. And he'll just be like, hey mom, when the baby comes, I'm gonna show her this. And hey mom, when she comes, like, I don't know, it's just great. And then the girls are super happy. Audrey, like, she tries to act like she understands what's happening, but I'm not sure she does. Like, she acts very like knowledgeable. She'll be like, yes, the baby is in your tummy. But I'm like, do you really understand what's going on there? But it is cute though, because she'll come up and just be like, you know, when I first explained to her that the baby was in my tummy, she lifted my shirt up and was like trying to look. She was like, what? But it's cute. So I think it's sweet. And then Sophie's just so excited. She actually wanted a baby brother, but then once we told them we were expecting, she kind of changed her mind and wanted a sister again. So I think she would have been happy with either. She just wanted another baby in the family really bad, because the last time we had a baby, she was 4, and she was a little too young to do a lot of the things she wanted to do to help with the baby. And this time she's not, and she's just really happy. So that is kind of, this was a long update. They won't always be this long, but I wanted to tell you guys about some of the other things happening too, like kids and house and all of that. So even though I think like my turnover date, if I stick with the 13th, is Wednesdays, but I probably won't upload till Fridays. That's kind of my plan. Also, yes, I want to switch back to my midwife. For those of you who are new to our channel, I had my first 2 children in the hospital, had a fine experience. I really liked my hospital births. There were just some issues I had with control and them wanting, I didn't let people really, but like kind of wanting to, I guess like overstep in my opinion, and it kind of just was like one of those things where I was like, I don't love how this is going, even though I'd had a fine experience. Like, I'm not one of those people that had a bad hospital experience. I didn't. I liked mine. The doctors were meh, okay, but I loved the nurses. I would have been happier if it had just been the nurses, honestly. Like, I would rather them have just like been with me and delivered the babies, but that's not how it worked, so whatever. So with my third, I decided to do a home birth and with a midwife. And I didn't do it at my home, I did it at their home. They actually have like their own, like it's an actual home where she works out of, and they have 2 of the rooms converted and like kind of made bigger, and they're where you can have the babies, and it's amazing and it was incredible. And you all, after I do this video, I'm gonna record a video about my labor, because there are things that like the video did not explain, but all the links to all my pregnancies will be down below, so you can kind of watch those if you are interested. But you should watch the birth I had with my daughter, because it was something else. Okay, so this is a 20-minute long video. I'm going to end it here. There's probably more to talk about, but that's okay. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will try to start doing belly shots next week. 4 months pregnant, 16 weeks, I'll start doing belly shots. So I still don't quite fit in. I'm too big for my normal clothes. I don't fit into my maternity clothes very well. So like I roll the tops over and they just look really lumpy under my shirt. It's not super attractive. It'll look much cuter when I fill out. But but that's okay. That'll all work out eventually, faster than I probably can even imagine. So all right, you guys, thank you for watching. And I'm excited to go on the journey with you. I really appreciate all your support. And I will talk to everyone in the next update. Bye guys.